Where is the actual frontier, then?
Over there. In the monsoon, there is a river. Then the frontier is the middle of the river. Now, there is no river.
How many miles?
Oh, maybe 2 miles, maybe 5.
You can't tell. Not without river.
You must have maps.
Oh, sure, but not good maps.
Anyway, each year in monsoon, the river is, how do you say, it is not in the same place. It changes. In a big monsoon, the whole valley is underwater. It changes the shape of the river. Every year is different.
Oh, where are the communists, then?
Everywhere. Also, behind us.
And in the capital. In the government.
Yes, also in the government. You remember where the road ended? Where we left the jeep? Where there was a section of infantry?
Yes, yes.
Well, beside the section, in the field, there were peasants working. Maybe they were communists. Who knows?
No, I meant foreign soldiers from across the frontier.
So did I.
You got leeches. Don't worry. Tonight, you take them off with a cigarette end. Oh, not good to try now. You only get more leeches.
That's why we don't patrol the jungle like we should. Morale is very bad. Very bad. So we try to make life as easy as possible. Then, if we are attacked, well, the men will fight. But, or maybe they won't.
Yeah, but I understood that you were being invaded practically all the time.
Oh, maybe not.
See yourself, there were foreign soldiers all around you.
Oh, sure. But the people here, they are the same tribe as the people over there. Always. Except when there's a river, the people go from one village to another. Maybe to find work or to visit a father or something. Always. The people who come to our side, sometimes they are in uniform, and sometimes they are armed, and sometimes they are not armed. But they are the same people on both sides. Does a man stop being a soldier because he takes off his uniform? Does he become one because he puts it on to visit his mother on our side?
Yeah, but you keep getting these ambushes.
They say that we are invading them. On their maps, where we are now belongs to them. It used to. We admit that. But then one year there was a great flood and the river changed its course. So we say that the river is the frontier and they say that the old line is the frontier. But who is to say who is right? But they are the same people on both sides.
Huh. I think there's a patrol down there.
Yes. I think I saw something that caught the sun, but I couldn't be sure.
Come back, Tom. Come back.
No, see, I'm an embarcarimba. Nantela dalu. They couldn't hit anything anyway. It is so strange to me. When I see the television, the Americans in Vietnam, anything suspicious, everything happens. Airstrikes, artillery, tanks, everything. But in our army, every man has one weapon and 2 clips of ammunition for it. Apart from anything else. If he's going to desert, we would rather he didn't take much ammunition with him.
That's why I'm here.
Yes, that is a patrol. A second. We had better get back to the jeep, because if we are attacked and our men decide not to fight, it is going to be very difficult getting another jeep, huh?
Amat biasa, dahut nini. Pangiloya, imi baharo. Cepatlah, cepatlah. Biar lagi.
In my father's day, every month at the time of the full moon, there would be an orchestra and perhaps 20 dancers. It's ironical, isn't it? Our national income is perhaps 6 times what it was then, and yet, one by one, the glories of our society are disappearing. They tell me there are halls now where our young people dance to jazz.
But you do have peace, which is more than most of your neighbors have.
We have peace because we have so little that anybody wants. We grow about enough for ourselves, but not really enough to support an invading army. We make pottery, which can be compared with some of the best periods of Chinese pottery. But governments nowadays are not run by men who invade other countries because they envy their arts. Would that they were.
But you have a coastline. You have deep water ports and land that could become airfields.
Yes, so everybody points out. I had the American and the Chinese ambassadors making the same point to me within 20 minutes of each other. We also have a long tradition of military incompetence. We haven't had a war this century, among other reasons because we knew we'd lose it. There's a word in our language, a toilai. It means a man who is so stupid that no other career is possible for him except the army.
In England, we say we put our fool as a family into the church.
Oh, now that explains a great deal. The priesthood is where we put our elite. Do you smoke opium?
No.
No, nor do I. Oh, only very rarely. But I could offer you a pipe. If we are to do what everybody tells us we must do and become a military nation, because two countries, neither of whom border on us and for neither of whom do we care very much, both fear the other establishing bases on our soil, then as a practical man...
Yeah?
What would be the minimum we need buy? Not to fight a war, but to persuade the great powers that we would fight if we were invaded. Not, I suspect, that we would indeed fight. I would be very disappointed if we did.
It's a very odd attitude for a Minister of Defense.
Well, I mentioned our pottery. Some of our best work is as thin as a sheet of paper. Imagine the damage even a short war would do.
In my opinion, the most important thing is that whatever you buy should be the best of its kind in the world. Don't spend your money on masses of equipment. Less of it, but the best.
Why?
I was thinking in terms of your soldiers. Any military planner looking at your country dispassionately would expect to be able to occupy it with a couple of divisions inside a fortnight.
A week?
But if your soldiers believed in themselves, if they knew their government had supplied them with better equipment than any they're liable to meet,
Yes, then?
if the soldiers really believed in themselves, the picture looks very different from abroad. A base on your soil might be worth a few casualties and a couple of weeks' war. It wouldn't be worth the prospect of an interminable war, carried on against superbly equipped soldiers who refuse to surrender because they consider themselves an elite.
That seems to me a very intelligent observation. The fact that the soldiers would not be allowed to fight need never be known to them if, as you say, they believed in themselves.
And no army will believe in itself if it's equipped with somebody else's cast-off weapons.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Oh, well, let me refill your cup. As you may know, we have another English visitor here, Brigadier Harris.
Yes, I have met him. Yes.
Yes, he's up north somewhere at the moment. I advised him not to go. It is extremely uncomfortable there, but he said he wanted to see conditions for himself.
He would.
Now, he gave me exactly the opposite advice to what you have given me. He spoke at some length, I felt, about massive firepower, defoliants, flamethrowers, as though any of our soldiers could use flamethrowers without setting fire to themselves. Napalm bombs and incredible quantities of ammunition. Now, all, I should add, rather cheap, because they would not be of the best, you understand?
Yes.
If he had his way, and if we were invaded, and if we did resist, the country would be turned into a desert almost overnight. I would like you to prepare a list of what you consider is necessary to make our impossible soldiers believe in themselves. Costed, of course.
Well, I've already more or less done so.
Oh. Then I will recommend what you've suggested to the other ministers of the government. We're a coalition, as you know. We have everything from communists to princes. That is something else which foreigners always find baffling. They don't realize that we have a balance. No one faction feels itself unrepresented, but at the same time, no one faction can dominate. But foreigners only see that we have people in our government that they would not want in theirs.
I understand.
And as you also know, our president, in 15 days' time, is going on a state visit to London. He is a very charming, very old man. We have a verse form called the Mazrine. It consists of 7 lines which relate to each other in a rather difficult way. The president is possibly the greatest Mazrine writer of all time. I shall be accompanying him, so let us meet again in London. And I feel sure we can come to a more specific agreement.
Good. Thank you, Minister.
And now, let my daughter show you more of our dances.
And modest as well. Thank you, Joe.
Yes, well now, go and get out of it again. I hate to think what impression you create on a visitor.
So it was all a success then?
Yes, nothing signed yet, but a success. I succeeded and Harris failed because I thought about people and he thought about arms.
What?
Well, you see, they don't really want an army at all. Given they've got to have one, it isn't there to defend the country with. It's there to give people the entirely false impression that if attacked, they would defend themselves.
But they wouldn't.
No. Oh, by the way, talking about Astor Harris, I'm happy to tell you he managed to catch some spectacular local disease in a temperature of 104. Unfortunately, it's something they know how to cure. You just swallow a couple of tablets, feel like a wet cigarette end for a couple of days, but you do survive. There's no doubt about it, you know. Sarongs are much sexier than minutes. Anyway, the president's coming over here on a state visit. He's an expert on some kind of poetry. Doesn't actually seem to govern anything. Nobody seems to govern the place very much. That's why I liked it. And when he comes over here, Mr. Lau, the Minister of Defense, and I will meet and sign, and that's that.
Mr. Harris,
Yes?
I've been sent to collect you.
Oh, for heaven's sake, I've just had a 20-hour plane journey. They can't possibly want me at Pendle's now.
No, sir, not at Pendle's.
Oh, thank goodness for that. The way you said collected. Yes, I don't mind coming to the VIP room. It did sound rather like a summons.
Well, it is in a way, sir.
My luggage should be thrown in. What do you say?
It's from Mr. Walpole Gibbs, sir. Only he'd like to see you before you see Pendle's.
I don't understand this.
Oh, no doubt Mr. Gibb will explain, sir.
No, I can't possibly see him tonight. I'm too tired. Tell him I'll see him tomorrow.
Well, Mr. Gibb was most anxious to meet you as soon as possible, sir. As he was unable to come here himself, he asked me to apologize on his behalf.
Accepted. Just tell him I'm most anxious to get some sleep.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir. May I see your passport?
I've just been through all that.
If you don't mind, sir.
Do get a move on.
Yes, sir. You are aware of the Dangerous Drugs Act of 1965, I take it?
No, I'm not.
And Part 1 deals with raw opium, coca leaves, poppy straw, cannabis, cannabis resin, and any preparation of which cannabis resin forms a base.
What's this got to do with
Part
me?
2 deals with prepared opium. And Part 3 concerns cocaine, morphine, medicinal opium, and one or two related drugs.
Well, if you finish your little lecture, perhaps I could have my passport.
You've obviously travelled a great deal, sir.
Yes, I
You
have.
seem to spend a considerable amount of time in places where the drugs I mention are handled, sir.
Well?
As you probably know, sir, we sometimes work on information. I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to undergo further search.
The hell do you think I am? Some sort of hippie or something?
I'm only doing my duty, sir. Would you mind turning out your pockets?
Yes, I would.
You do realize, sir, that I have
Oh,
authority...
for heaven's sake. I come through this airport practically every week.
So I noticed from your passport,
Well, could
sir.
I have it back?
When I'm satisfied, sir. Now, if you'd empty your pockets.
In case you haven't seen those before, they're called cigars.
Hey, we'll give you a receipt for these, sir. You can have them back the moment they've been analyzed. This is all you have in your pocket, sir?
Well, I know, yes.
Would you mind taking off your jacket, sir?
I certainly would.
You do realize, sir, that I have authority to make you submit to a body search, if I feel it necessary. And if you'd sign for these, sir. Across the seal. You're quite satisfied that there's nothing except your pills in that envelope?
Yes, sir, I know.
If I could see your pen, sir.
I shall be reporting you to your superiors.
You're perfectly within your rights to do so, sir. This is your pen.
Yes, it
It
is.
says Krupp-Sessen on it.
They gave it to me.
They would be willing to confirm that, I suppose. And what is this, sir?
Hell do I know? I can't see it from here.
Only after I asked you to empty your pockets, you stated they were empty. Then we found this piece of paper in one of them.
You can see for yourself what it is. It's a receipt for some laundry I'd done in Singapore. In my jacket for years.
You never had this jacket dry cleaned, sir?
Yes, of course I
And
had
a
it
dry
dry.
cleaner would make sure the pockets were empty first.
Well, if you must know, I haven't worn that jacket for some time. I have got more than one suit.
If I could have that piece of paper, sir.
Ridiculous. I come through this airport thousands of times.
Yes, sir. Now, if you could answer one or two questions. While you were abroad, did you ever meet Emmanuel Daniele? 5'9", heavy build, dark complexion, receding hair, age 44?
No, I didn't.
You're sure of that, sir?
Yes, of course I'm sure.
You know the names of every single person you met abroad?
I don't.
So you can't be certain you didn't
No,
meet
I
Emmanuel
can't be
Daniele.
certain, but I can't remember him.
I may ask you to make a formal statement
I've
to
heard
that
the
effect,
last of
sir.
this, you realise that.
There's a formal procedure for making complaints, sir. I'll take you to another officer when I'm satisfied. Then you can make your complaint. Now, did you ever meet a Jose de Suma or de Souza?
No. As far as I remember, no.
I see.
Tired, do you understand? I'm tired. Some of us have to work for a living.
Yes, sir. If you'll wait here for a moment, I'll see if it's necessary to ask you to submit to a body search. If it is necessary, you are, of course, entitled to call a lawyer or a witness.
Charging me with anything?
No, sir. I must ask you to wait here for a moment. If you try to leave the building, sir, I'm afraid you'll be detained.
Pity you didn't decide to go and call on Walpole Gibbs, sir. You've missed all this.
What do you mean?
Just that I was ready to take it straight off, sir. Not that it's too late now.
What are you talking about?
I'll explain later, sir, if that's necessary. I think it might be easier if you were to come with me to see Mr. Gibbs, sir.
I was told to stay here.
I dare say I can arrange that. Perhaps they've made a mistake.
I'll say they've made a mistake.
Just slip your jacket on.
I'll show them who's made it, too. Hey, what about...
Oh, I'll take all the responsibility, sir. If you'll just follow me to the car.
Look, I've got to phone my housekeeper. Tell her I shall be late.
I've already done that, sir.
You what?
The rest of your luggage is in the car. I had a word with customs before you landed.
You mean my car from Pendle's?
No, sir, my car.
Yes, but the firm, Pendle's, they must have sent a car for me.
Oh, indeed they did, sir. I sent it away. You see, Mr. Gibb is most anxious not to meet you at the ministry. He's waiting for you at my flat.
But...
Oh, everything's been taken care of, sir. There we are, sir.
Oh, hello, Esther. Nice to see you. Oh, feeling quite fit again?
No, not particularly.
Oh, do sit down.
Would you like a drink, sir? I realize it's only 10:30 our time, but it's something like 9 tomorrow evening.
Gin. Pink.
Yes, sir.
That was all this about.
Yes, of course. Now, I gather unofficially that your trip was not an unqualified success.
I didn't get a contract signed, if that's what you mean, but nor did anybody else.
Ah, but Hine will, and you won't.
Look, I'm flat out. I've travelled 9 hours across country. I've just had a 20-hour plane journey, a touch of fever, and I'm not in the mood to discuss details at the moment.
Yeah, I can't understand.
Would you like some water, sir?
Just a drop. Oh, thank you.
The point is, Astor, that we had to speak to you before you spoke to Pendle.
Why?
Because depending on various things, we might be in a position to use a little influence.
Depending on what?
Well, sir, put it this way. All governments have various branches to deal with their various interests.
Look, if you've got anything to say, please say it. I'm extremely tired.
I don't think there's any need to spell things out, Astor.
Well, will one or other of you kindly tell me what you want me to do?
Well, sir, about this trip of yours, one could say that you were unlucky. Or one could say that you made a mess of it, sir. Anyway, Hine's going to get that order. You aren't. Shouldn't think that your stock in Pendle's is exactly rising.
What the hell are you to tell me whether my
if,
stock of
on
Pendle's
the
is rising
other
or not?
hand, together with the arms, a deal could be made, a treaty of assistance, no political strings, expert advice, a loan, perhaps, for a new hospital, or to help build dams against monsoon floods.
Lubricants of trade, they're not unknown.
That was precisely what I meant when I said I had a little influence.
Anyway, sir, if Pendle's were to get that order, despite your recent bad luck, your reputation would actually be enhanced. So it'd be worth your while to take a few people into Pendles who'd go out there with the arms, show them how to use them, and so on.
We already have people who can do that.
I'm talking about specialist people. But they must have been employed by Pendles for, say, the last 3 to 4 years, and the records must show them to have been.
I'm going to have to start falsifying the records.
No. No, you wouldn't know how to, apart from anything else. No, sir, I'll do that.
I've often wondered what these specialists must be like.
Well, now you know, sir. I shall be going.
And what do you know about arms?
I know more about arms than you ever will. It's part of my job, sir.
What the hell is this job?
I'm slightly idea of Chapman's aroused.
I can't stop putting people on the payroll. I mean, apart from anything else, I do have a chairman who hates not to be in the picture and who's touchy about costs.
Not on the payroll, on the staff. There's no need to worry about the payroll. Or Sir Christopher Pendle will come to that. He'll not get in our way. We have our reasons for not wishing to involve him, which we needn't go into.
I have to involve him. Not only have I a duty to Christopher Pendle, but I
You
have
have a duty to your country, too, sir. Should Sir Christopher Pendle turn awkward, which we don't think he will, we do have the means to bring him to heel.
Esther, as I understand it, and I'm speaking unofficially, of course, this particular country, which has many of the ingredients of a sort of Shangri-La, also has 2 common frontiers with communist or communist-infiltrated countries.
I do know that. Why do you think they need arms?
Yes, but on their own, given any number of arms, they wouldn't last long if one of those countries decided to invade.
If they were to
in
be
either event, however, whether they're invaded or remain in their present happy state of neutrality, we would like a few, how shall I put it, a few specialist advisors there working in our interest, the British interest. Now, by no stretch of the imagination could Hine be in a position to employ people ostensibly to help them, but in fact to keep the British government informed, whereas Pendles would be in just such a position.
I thought that's what you were getting round to. Sounds like a leaf out of the Russians' book, or the Americans.
Yes, sir, there have been precedents.
What about Hine?
Don't worry about Hine, sir. He's our problem.
How can you justify staying out there when all you're supposed to be doing is supervising the delivery of a consignment of arms?
In a few months' time, sir, they won't be able to understand how they ever managed to get along without us.
Sue! You checked they've arrived?
Hardly had to. They were on the TV news after lunch. The usual business, somebody representing the Queen, somebody else representing the Prime Minister, like charades.
But Mr. Lau was with the President.
Yes, surprised you weren't there representing us. Hine Enterprises, very limited.
Oh, no. I've been at an auction.
An auction?
Now, you be careful with that box. It's worth rather more than you are. Or rather, its contents are.
What is it?
I thought you were never going to ask. That is an extremely fine Dr. Wall period Worcester bowl, 12 inches in diameter, decorated in blue and white with landscape panels.
For Mr. Lau, no doubt.
Well, what the hell else would I want a thing like that for? I spent all my time thinking I was going to break it. You checked on the minister's appointments?
The official ones, yes. Dinner this evening at Buckingham Palace.
Well, Bach-house, as Jeremy would say. Can't see myself gate crashing that one.
Tomorrow, lunch with our Minister of Defence, dinner at number 10.
Yeah?
Then 2 days with no official engagements, but the woman at the embassy said there would be informal discussions during that time.
With me?
She didn't go as far as that. Then the day before the party returns, they all go to Cambridge, where the president is to be made an honorary doctor of philosophy.
Oh, whoopee.
Followed by a reception and dinner given in his honor by the master of St. Martin's College, where he'd been an undergraduate. The president and Lau spend the night in Cambridge, then leave by air the next day.
Ah, it's plenty of time then, isn't it? I played in the inscrutable Oriental way.
Meaning what?
I'll phone him. Where's he staying? It's the Refuge, isn't it? You know the phone number there? I said, do you know the phone? You stop it. Stop trying to be more inscrutable than me. Hello, I'd like to leave a message to one of your guests, please. Mr. Lau, who's staying with... Oh, yes, I'm sure he doesn't want to be disturbed at the moment. Just ask him if he'd phone me tomorrow morning, please, will you? My name is Hine, H-I-N-E. Yeah. Yes, he's got my number. Thank you very much.
So?
So, now I give a demonstration of the great Oriental virtue of patience. The river flows under the bridge, but it is the bridge that moves.
What does that mean?
I'll let you know. Now, I see. When was this? What time? 12 o'clock. What happened then? Right. Good, okay. What the hell's the matter with a man?
He's being oriental. Time has no meaning.
Look, I know all that business about how in the East you take the long-term view of things, say 4,000 years, but he should have phoned.
Perhaps he will this afternoon.
Look, I phoned him yesterday. I checked later. Yes, he'd been given the message. Now, I know how he thinks. It's courtesy for him to reply. I've just learned that today he got up at 8 and he had breakfast. He was with the president until 10. And then he had 2 mysterious visitors. What visitors? He stayed with the visitors and they all had lunch together in the president's suite at 12 o'clock. Then after lunch, the visitors left. I should have put Jeremy outside that hotel. At least he'd have been able to recognize that... It's Astor Harris. Astor Harris and somebody to hold his hand.
But you said Harris was out of it.
Yeah, well, that's what Lau told me, more or less. But it's now 4 o'clock and no phone call. Hello? Yes, I'd like to speak to Mr. Lau, please, who's in suite 1... no, look, I'm sorry, but I know that he's not out. Yes, all right, would like to check. She says he's out, but he's not. I've just been speaking to the doorman. Somebody's lying. Get me Walpole Gibb. Hello? No, I don't see what difference my name makes to whether Mr. Lau is in or not. Yeah, well, if you must know, it's Hine. Oh, he's out, is he? I see. Right, thank you very much.
Hello, Miss Tarrant.
The thing I know about Walpole Gibb has got the same opinion of Astor Harris as I have. Hello, Miss Tarrant. I'd like to speak to Mr. Gibb, please. What? Where? No, there's nothing you can do. Just ask him if he'd be kind enough to phone me the moment he gets in, will you, please? Thank you very much, Miss Tarrant. Goodbye. I'm afraid Mr. Gibb is out at the moment. One of these moments to replace that woman with an answering machine, and none of us are left who'll tell the difference. Right. So, the Oriental approach having failed completely, we'll try the good old-fashioned British one. Beads for the natives. Hold it.
Can I help you, sir?
No, I don't, thank you.
Are you a resident, sir?
No.
Only I noticed you didn't speak to the reception desk, sir.
Yes, but I never speak to desks on principle, and for the girl behind it, I've just spoken to her on the telephone.
You do understand, sir, we have to be careful.
How exactly are we?
Special branch, sir.
Now, what's there special about this hotel, apart from the prices?
Just some of the guests here, sir. So perhaps if you could let me know who it was you wanted to see.
Mr. Lau, suite 124.
Mr. Lau.
Yes, now don't tell me he's out, because I know he's not.
No, indeed he's not, sir. He's resting.
Splendid.
So if there's some kind of message I could give him for you, sir?
No, I'd rather see him myself. The matter is confidential.
Mr. Lau has a headache, sir. He specially asked not to be disturbed.
Oh, I see. Now, when do you think he's going to be over his headache?
Oh, I've no idea, sir.
Has he tried aspirin?
I expect so, sir.
Look, it's very important I see him.
Does he know how to contact you, sir?
Yes, he does.
Oh, then I'll remind him, sir, the moment I see him. Oh, if that's for Mr. Lau, I could give it to him for you, sir.
No, thank you. I'd rather it didn't by any chance get lost.
As you like, sir.
Don't worry, it's not a bomb.
Never occurred to me for a moment that it was, sir. Martin here. Hine's just been round. He has. He was carrying that Worcester bowl he bought yesterday morning.
And there was just no way past him. I thought even special branch men were allowed to use that initiative. Wait a minute.
Yes?
He said he'd remind allowed to contact me.
So?
But he didn't know who I was. I mean, I've never seen him in my life before, and as far as I know, he'd never seen me, but he knew my name. Try Walpole Gibb again.
Are you sure you didn't tell him?
Yeah, of course I'm sure. I told the idiot girl behind the reception desk when I phoned her, but there's no way she'd know me, not without seeing me.
Hello again, Miss Tarrant. I have Mr. Hine from... She says he's still up.
Give it to me. Hello, Miss Tarrant. Now, I'd like to speak to your boss, please. Now. Yeah, so where is he? Look, Miss Tarrant, my love, I don't believe you. I don't believe that he goes off for a whole day and doesn't leave you without some address or telephone number where he can be contacted. Would you please? Thank you so much. He's finding a phone number. Take it down.
Yes. Yes, I've got that. Thank you.
Now phone it.
So I'm sure you'll understand the special branch people were there to protect the president and not your defense minister. You see, it might upset the old man to realize that the police think that there is a lunatic fringe, however small, that he needs protecting from.
So when do I see Love?
Well, now, that's why I wanted to get hold of you about their schedule. Tonight, they're guests of the British Council. Tomorrow...
When tomorrow?
Tomorrow's difficult. You see, it's the first time the president's visited Europe since he was an undergraduate, and he's hired a couple of cars to visit various places with his party. But unknown to the president, it'll be the special branch who are supplying the cars, and of course nobody's been told the itinerary.
When I have the detailed contract worked out, I just want an hour with Lau.
Oh, we should be able to arrange that, but not tomorrow.
Well, that only leaves one day.
Yes, and that's the day that the president receives his honorary degree at Cambridge, and we can't very well interrupt the Senate in full flow. Following which, he's reserved a suite at some hotel to rest during the afternoon. After all, he's a very old man.
Right, then during the afternoon, I can corner Lau.
Well, I should be very surprised if the university hasn't arranged for him to be taken on a tour of the place.
Look, Walter...
But there's no problem, Joe. That evening, there's to be a reception for the president, and I've arranged for you to be invited to that.
Oh, have you?
Certain to be quite a number of people about, so you'll easily be able to get Lau into some corner and discuss any points that are worrying him. And even if he doesn't sign there and then, well, both our countries are linked by very adequate postal services.
Oh, no. I want a signature on that contract before he leaves.
And I hope you get it. Well, I'm sorry to have dragged you down here to this official hideout, but I was anxious for you to know what I'd laid on for you.
Yeah.
By the way, you'll get the invitation in the morning. Good. Oh, Joe.
Yeah?
White tie, of course.
What?
The reception. White tie.
I don't know why you don't just wall him off.
Oh, don't you?
Well, it's in your hands most of the time. Depends on you or your department anyway. For his export licenses, just say boo and he'd go away.
Yeah, you don't know Hine. He's not that easily frightened.
Well, he's just a freelance on his own.
Ah, you're sounding like a bully, Martin.
I'm just a realist.
So am I. We sometimes need Hine as much as he needs us. No, the thing is to put him off without making it too obvious. It isn't our fault. For instance, if Joe, unlike Brigadier Harris, finds himself out of his social depths.
Master and Fellows of St. Martin's College request the pleasure of the company of Mr. and Mrs. Hine to meet His Excellency, etc., etc. Wonder who will try to pass off as Mrs. Hine.
You know, I often wonder how different my life would have been if I'd spent less time scrapping at school and more working instead.
Completely, I should think.
There's one term, you know, I had this form master I couldn't stand. And I got so fed up with him picking on me, I decided I'd really going to show the bastard. And that term, I really worked. And at the end of term, in the exams, instead of being 32nd, I came out top. But you know what? Everybody thought I'd found out a foolproof way of cheating. Can't win, can you? But I suppose if I'd really gone on working, I could have got a scholarship. Might even have gone to Cambridge. I would rather fancy myself in a mortar board, you know. You ever think about going to university?
Yes, I was supposed to be going.
Were you? Well, why didn't you?
It's the old story. My father was a parson and...
A parson? I didn't know that.
You've never asked.
Point taken.
And I had an elder brother and an elder sister. He went to Oxford, and my sister took a degree at London. And that didn't leave much for me. I went to the local grammar. Then my father died when I was 16. So I didn't go to university.
Brother and sister, what are they doing now?
That's the twist to it. My brother took a degree in theology. It was father's idea, of course. He decided the church wasn't for him and married a South African girl who was worth millions. He spends all his time lying in the sun at Cape Town saying how he's keeping 10 blacks. I hardly ever see him. We write about twice a year.
And what about your sister?
She's a model.
A model? Didn't think you needed a degree for that.
No. My father had taken out this education insurance, but the trouble was there wasn't enough for all three of us. There would have been if he'd lived a little longer. I suppose I'm not really being fair, but my sister only went to college because she thought it would be fun.
And you?
I wanted to go to university more than anything else in my life.
But your sister went instead?
Yes. And it wasn't just money. They said at school I might get a scholarship. But someone had to look after my mother, and there was only me left.
Why doesn't she work?
No, she's opted to sit out the rest of her life. She's not 50 yet. At least I don't think she is.
Don't you know?
No, I don't talk to her all that much.
Well, come on, cheer up, love. We're both going to Cambridge.
As Mr. and Mrs. Hine. What would she think, I wonder?
Who?
Liz. She is still your wife.
Yes, well, we're going to Cambridge, aren't we? And none of that business about having to take an exam, either. Straight into the Holy of Holies. Intellectual cream of England, waiting to entertain us.
Mr. and Mrs. Hine.
So very good of you to come. Very good. Of course, you know everybody here?
No, not everybody.
Oh. Well, over there's that fellow who did all that splendid work on Milton's contemporaries, which I intend to disprove shortly. That's Lord Whatsit and that dreadful wife of his. And over there, that's that little man whose name I always
George
forget.
and Lady Emsworth.
Thank you. Excuse me. Good evening.
There's Lau, over there, in the corner.
He's got someone with him.
More to the point, neither of us has a drink.
Yeah, you see, the trouble with him is that he won't stick to his period. Just because he's a Christ's man and Milton was at Christ, now that is no reason for assuming that a lifetime spent studying the works of the Restoration playwrights will help him to understand people who were writing 30 to 50 years earlier.
Oh, no.
Just in the same way I wouldn't expect you to write a paper on the existentialists.
I promise you I won't.
Oh, here I go again.
Still, Lau's going to be free in a minute.
I don't think I know you.
No, we haven't met.
What did you read?
Read?
Read, girl, read. What subject did you read?
Oh, I see what you mean. I didn't go to university.
I do think girls who have the slightest chance of getting a university place should take it as part of their duty to their sex.
I don't quite understand what you mean.
I would have thought it was really quite simple. Women have been exploited intellectually, as well as physically, for long enough. Unless we take every chance to get our fair share in education, that exploitation will continue.
Oh, yes.
There are far too many young women, like you, who rely on your looks rather than your brains.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Afraid we hadn't any display of local dancing later.
Oh, but I gather we are to be offered swan for dinner. Oh, it's a great honor, I'm told. I'm also told it tastes very tough and disagreeable.
Oh, I have actually got a small present for you just to thank you for being so kind to me.
This couldn't possibly be interpreted as a bribe, could it, Mr. Hine?
Well, of course.
Only, as it is by no means certain we are to do business together,
But I
you
thought
might
that-
perhaps prefer to keep it for someone more malleable.
But you tell me.
I told you we would consider your proposition.
Yes, but you've not seen it yet. Not the full detailed costing, not yet.
No, I know.
Yeah, well, that's why I've come here. I've got the whole thing outside in my car.
Oh, good. If you will be so kind as to leave it at my hotel in London, I will consider it when I return to my country.
But
I noticed on the way here the number of ditches you have. I presume they are to carry away the surplus water.
Yes. That was the Dutch, actually. You see, they taught us how to use dikes. You know, there's a Dutch proverb which I always find very amusing. God, they say, made the earth, but the Dutch made Holland. Not, you may think, the happiest comment on the place.
It is perhaps a slightly arrogant remark.
Yes, indeed, I'm afraid.
The concept of women, not as sex, but as a number of individuals who happen to have that one aspect in common. It is nonsense to talk about the need for a solution. There is no solution because there's no problem. I would have thought even the simplest of minds could grasp that. Indeed, one could argue that problems are an entirely human idea. If you do one of those wretched experiments, don't interrupt, one of those experiments, when you have a rat in a maze, has to find its way through the maze in order to get at some food. Now, it's only because we're attributing human motives to the rat that we talk about its having a problem. The rat has no such idea. It merely thinks that there's a promise of food. It doesn't rationalize this food and the maze into the concept of a problem. The sooner that we get back to the feminine or subjective approach and ignore the masculine or objective approach with its attempts to intellect...
Something very odd going on.
That woman just told me I was a disgrace to my sex.
No doubt she's the only man in the room who thinks that. Listen, Love, for some reason, is trying to go back on what he promised. I've just got to get him alone somewhere.
Dr. Friedman!
Oh, so very good of you to come. Very.
Why? Why has he changed his mind?
If he doesn't want to talk to you, how about the president?
The president's just a figurehead. Anyway, he lives on cloud number 9. You know, all my time in this business, Lau's the first politician I've met that I could trust. And now he's trying to go back on something he more or less given his word on. You know, he actually suggested I was trying to bribe him.
Oh, but of course you weren't.
With a piece of pottery. Come on, I was trying to thank him.
He's coming your way now.
Right. I was hoping to have had a word with you, Minister.
And I with you. Oh, would this be the young lady for whom you bought the sarong?
Yes.
May I ask how you know I bought a sarong?
Oh, one didn't have to be... Oh, what's his name? Sherlock Holmes. Now, apart from the fact that you were kind enough to ask my advice about sarongs, the shopkeeper happens to be a distant relative of mine. Yeah, but I must admit, the university gowns which I saw at the ceremony this afternoon are the only garments I have seen in the West which can compare with our native costumes. I particularly like the way the primary colors are juxtaposed.
Yes, what I was wanting to talk about wasn't our various native costumes.
No. Tell me, Mr. Hine, has it ever occurred to you that human beings are the only animals who kill when they are neither defending their young nor hungry?
I hadn't thought about it now.
Now, in the animal world, Mr. Hine, there are 3 ways in which an animal can defend itself against a real or imagined danger. Some run away. Some make themselves as inconspicuous as possible, perhaps by curling themselves into a ball. Others have a sometimes quite spectacular ritual which is designed to frighten away the aggressor. Now, my country traditionally used the first approach. We always ran away. But now our opponents can run faster than we can. So recently we have adopted the second approach. By keeping as quiet as possible, we hoped that nobody would think it worth the trouble of uncurling us.
Yes, but that doesn't work either, does it?
No, so it would appear. So we are left with the third approach, which is to look as frightening as possible. Though, to be honest, I have little confidence in that technique either. I know my fellow countrymen. But, as you and I agreed, the only way in which we could put on a display grotesque enough to deter anybody would be for our army to have pride.
Exactly.
You may be right. And indeed, our army is made up of men who are so stupid they might even be able to persuade themselves of the efficacy of putting on terrifying masks and making threatening noises.
I'm not a philosopher. I'm a businessman.
Well, of course. And so am I.
So you two have managed to get together again. Now, look here, you really must ask him about Rousseau and the Romantic movement. He's very strong on this.
Sir William and Lady Hanbury.
Here I go again.
You are indeed an authority on Rousseau?
No, I'm not. No, you were saying.
As a businessman, Mr. Hine, I must do what I consider is most profitable. Not only for the army, but for my country.
And what do you propose to do?
I personally am very much inclined to agree with you. But I have been overruled. So now I am concerned with getting for my country as many other benefits as I possibly can. Apart from the, to me, irrelevant arms.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, that is the problem. I cannot in good faith tell you anymore because what is happening in confidence. That is why I had regretted to refuse your kind offer of a present. It might have been misinterpreted.
Your ministers. Have they considered my tender, the one I left with you in your own country?
Oh, yes, of course.
That is designed to prevent a mass slaughter, to prevent a campaign involving the destruction of your towns and cities.
I don't want to fight any sort of war.
No doubt. But if you're invaded...
Yes. On the other hand, no doubt the invaders will go away in time. Or perhaps be absorbed into our civilization, as the Normans were in Britain. That has always been our experience in the past.
Minister, may I ask you one question?
Of course.
Have you already decided to accept another tender?
No. Really, Mr. Hine...
You did say I could ask you one question.
Yes, but I didn't say I would answer it.
So what do you do now?
I don't know. I just want one last chance to get him alone where I... Wait a minute.
What?
The dinner. I would imagine it's laid on somewhere through there. I'll go through and be a bit oriental myself.
Meaning what?
Suppose they'll have place names laid. I'll go in and swap a couple so we're sitting next to Lau.
Yes, but what do I say if someone asks where you are?
I've got a weak bladder.
Brigadier Harris, companion of the bath.
Ah, so very good of you to come. Very
Must
good.
apologize for being so late, Master.
Not at all, not at all. Now make yourself at home. You know everybody here, I'm sure.
Not everybody, but enough.
Well, take a drink.
Thank you. How's Mrs. Hine this evening?
Very well, I expect.
I don't see Mr. Hine here.
Oh, he's about. If you like, I'll ask him if he's available to see you.
No, I don't think we should have very much to say to each other, but where in fact is he?
He said he was going to the loo.
How unexpectedly human of him. Funny, I've never thought of Joe as a Cambridge man.
I must admit, I didn't know you were.
I'm not. I'm here on business. You staying the night?
No,
No, only most of the decent hotels seem to be fully booked.
we're driving back afterwards.
How sensible.
Hello, Asta. How's your stomach? I've just seen the menu. Mr. Lau and I were very worried about you.
Talking of the minister, do excuse me. It is him I'm here to see.
That invitation, do you remember what it said?
Just to meet the president and party.
Anything about dinner?
No. Look.
We're not invited to dinner. And the place next to Mr. Lau, that's reserved for Asta Harris.
Well, what are you going to do?
I don't know.
Evening, sir. Oh, I was rather hoping you might be able to introduce me.
Yes, I do. Go and get your coat on.
What are you going to find
Who the
out?
hell wants to eat swan anyway? This isn't the only place that serves meals. Excuse me. Running around like a rat in a maze looking for a meal.
Look, no more riddles. Where are we going?
Home.
London's that way. We're heading north. Manchester's north. And Liz, she is still your wife.
Yes, well, that's not where we're going. If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, may my right hand forget its cunning, and I've got a pretty cunning right hand.
I don't know what you're talking about. All I know is we've done 150 miles.
Roots, love, roots. Every so often a man's got to return to his roots, and I'm going to do something I haven't done since the days of Mavis Wagstaff.
Mavis who?
Wagstaff. She was hell to look at, she wasn't much to listen to, but at least she was available. Right. Put the heater on full. Everything's got to be just right so the window's all missed up.
Nope, you stay here. Find the noisiest thing you can on the radio and keep the doors and windows shut. Tight.
Mr. President, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, dinner is served.
Best fish and chips on the wrong side of Manchester. Right. Get that Dr. Wall period Worcester bowl out of its box. Put it there. Now, dig in, love. Fingers were made before forks. That bowl's yours now.
Joe.
Oh, nothing's changed. Still too hot to eat. Mavis Wagstaff never got treated like this, you know. Style, love, that's my secret.